Hello, hello. It is Friday. I am on my way to work for my 8-hour shift. Yeah. So, I know I just did a video yesterday, but I really wanted to do another video today, and I was trying to think of what I wanted to talk about. So it took me a second, but I figured it out. And what I want to talk about is, oh no! It just went flying right out of my head. Hold on. I think it had to do with self-awareness. Oh. Hold on. It is perspective. That was the word. I wanted to talk about, well, kind of self-awareness and perspective and kind of along those lines. So, usually my thoughts and ideas come up from issues I see with others around me or issues that have come up for me that I think the more we can weed out what makes sense for us, the more we can be better overall. So, it's interesting to watch people that are self-aware. Not everybody is self-aware. And then there's people like Gary Vaynerchuk that are like ridiculously self-aware. But when you sit and think about self-awareness and you look at those around you, say at work or school or whatever, your family, it's interesting to note who you can tell is self-aware and who isn't, and how that looks individually. It's interesting. I wish that I could help everybody become more self-aware. It can change their whole outlook in life. It can improve their daily life, in my opinion. But along with being self-aware, they also need to make sure that they're monitoring and changing their self-conversations. Because, for instance, one of my coworkers is very self-aware in many ways, but at the same time, you can, on top of what is coming out of their mouth, that's self-deprecating, you can tell that there's a lot of even probably harsher conversation going on internally. And it seems to be a battle between this person trying to be, it's almost like they're half enlightened in life. You know, they're a little older, so they're a little more experienced, and they have a lot of wisdom from that. But at the same time, there's a storyline of I'm the victim, always have been, always will be going on. And I've watched this person create issues where there was no issue, almost to kind of keep that storyline going. And people will do that. They will, whatever their storyline is, especially victim stories, they will create situations by their behaviors or actions to keep that fed, to keep feeding that story. And when something else happens through their own actions and behaviors and they feel like a victim again, then that gives them the not satisfaction, but the, see, I am, I'm always being bullied, I'm always being picked on, see, I told you. And that gives them a little bit of a, yay, I'm right, yay, I don't know what the word is, but I hope you get the gist of what I'm saying. So I see that going on a lot. But also I see perspective. There's a lot of when somebody says something or does something and they may be joking, it's being interpreted as being aggressive towards this person. And then the person feels like they're being attacked. And So they lash out because they feel like they're being attacked because they took it wrong, or they misinterpreted it, or they misunderstood, and they're lashing out, which then in turn is going to cause them an issue in the long run. Which again feeds into the, see, everybody picks on me. I'm always being, I'm always being separated out and picked on, and everybody treats me bad. And part of my self-awareness is to be able to watch from a distance and see that. And when this person vents to me, I choose to listen and try to be supportive in the way that, I'm sorry, that sucks. But at the same time, I don't feed into it. And I've watched groups of people who have those kinds of crisis mentalities. They will surround themselves with people that feed into that. So they'll be upset about something that really was kind of small usually, and they're just all upset and all in a tizzy, and they have surrounded themselves with people that when they go to them to vent about it, the other person is like, oh my God, that's horrible, that asshole, that, and they feed into that. Why are they treating you that way? Which both of them get a satisfaction out of that. Both of them they fulfill a need by doing that. I choose not to do that. When I see somebody doing that, they're trying to get that support or that attention or that fulfill that need in that way, and I know that it's a negative thing. As I heard in a video last night, I can be a participant or I can be a witness, but that doesn't mean I need to be a participant, and I choose not to participate. So, yeah, that was interesting. And then also, I came across somebody else on my computer game I play, and it was a brief conversation. I had just met them on the game, and all of a sudden the conversation was, there's something wrong with me. And in my head. I said, well, what does that mean to you? Well, I don't know. I said, okay, well, do you have racing thoughts? Sad thoughts? Lonely thoughts? And they said, all of them. I was like, okay. Well, so I described what racing thoughts feels like to me. And then, I kind of started with, it's about perspective. If you're looking at things the wrong way because that's the way you've always done it and nobody's ever told you different and nobody's ever taught you to change that or to look at it so that you can change it, then you're not going to break that pattern. When I changed how I looked at things and my perspective on things, because there's always, to every situation or every thought or feeling, not every, of course, but you get the general idea. There's multiple ways of coming at it and looking at it. And if you're always taking that same right path that goes, to the negative, well, I'm a loser, or I'm just, the sentence that was said to me was, I'm just here to be walked on. Okay, well, how are you participating in that? What are you doing that is allowing you to be walked on? Are you not setting up boundaries? Is it a personality type that you're attracted to that behaves that way, and you're attracted to that behavior? And then you get in the middle of it and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting walked on again. A lot of it has to do with boundaries and being self-aware. I thought it was interesting. So then I was kind of trying to help the person weed it out. Let's narrow it down. Let's find one thing that we can look at more in depth and see if we can get somewhere. Because even a baby step, when you can pull one thing out, such as I am passive aggressive. Let's say that. Well, what is passive aggressive? Okay, look into that. What does that mean for me? How do I behave in a passive aggressive way? Okay, Now, why am I doing that? What need am I feeding or fulfilling when I behave passive aggressive? For me, I know that it's my fear of confrontation. If I feel like I have to get into a confrontational conversation, or I feel tensions rising to where it may get confrontational, like my legs start shaking instantly. My heart starts racing, my legs start shaking. I cannot handle confrontation. Which is a bummer, because there's been many times where I've needed to be confrontational and I let things slide because I didn't want it to turn into a confrontation. So pulling something out that you can weed out about your personality that might be causing the problems, analyzing it, knowing what it means, analyzing it, how you manifest that behavior, and what need it's fulfilling for you, can be a huge step. Just doing that it can start you on a whole nother path, in my opinion. So yeah, I could ramble about this for hours, to be honest, but I don't want to keep repeating myself too much. I didn't prepare anything, so I just kind of went off the top of my head, and I think that little chunk was probably enough information to maybe help somebody. So if any of this resonated with you and you were going, oh my gosh, yeah, that's me, or yeah, I need to do that, maybe it can help me, go ahead and end the video and hit replay. I'm not anybody special or super smart or psychologically gifted or anything else, but like I said, the more we can hear about things that help us, and the more that we can listen to other people's thoughts and opinions on it, I think the better off we can all be. So if it helped in any way, if it struck any chords, hit that replay button a couple times and see what you can really glean out of it. So I know it's a long one today. That's my video for today. Hope you all have a great Friday. Hit that like button, leave me some comments, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.